right, getting ready to start one. So nothing here. I don't have any references or anything like that. I'm just going to see where it goes. So again, I'm just kind of going through. I go through and do, some different solo sketches. Obviously this is a finished one. Some different other ones I showed. I think I showed a little bit of this one the other day, where I'm just going through. I don't have any other layers. Like this one doesn't even have any detail on it whatsoever. This one was kind of having a little bit more detail, loosey-goosey, sexy vibes. Ooh, can't watch that one. I don't really love this one, but again, this is another one of those ones where if you put some more layers down, it'll kind of turn into it. And then this one, where he kind of ended up, because he can almost be like a block of cheese, for his body kind of thing. I'll put some sort of verbiage to kind of go along with it, so that I kind of match the vibe. But I'm not really sure what I want to do with that. But again, just a little bit of detail, just kind of going through, and then and if you like colored pencils or pens or whatever, I haven't had much luck with the pens. Paint pens are good, but not on this. I kind of like just the plain Jane pencil, some gray pen, some blue pen, and then of course a little gel action. All right, so just kind of get started. Again, I always kind of like just going with the eyes. This one, do a little bit smaller, so I'll get my profile down here. And I kind of just like, it's like sometimes like the Salvador Dali weirdness or something, where all of a sudden, like, I have an eye that's sliding down here, because why not? Like, what's it gonna do if you do that and it looks weird? Like, then, maybe put some more time into it, and then it actually ends up being maybe one of your favorites, or you might hate it. It just depends. But I kind of like just play with it, see what happens. Some different hair ideas. Kind of where it's just kind of going on the face. Kind of like, I like a messy hair on my head and also on my characters. But yeah, I just kind of like work through it. It's like, hey, well, if the eyebrows falling off his head, who cares? Just have fun with it. When you're in the mood, just go for it and do a lot of this. And then this is great for, like, you go travel or something else. Like, you find some of these characters and you're really like, oh, I love the way this looks. Well, then go back and spend the time. You're on the plane, lay down a bunch of ink. See what happens. See if it turns into where you really have something where you're getting a lot of, added, vibe to it. Like this one, like, really jumped off the page. I really like the way that one turned out. Same thing with this guy. All right, get back to where we're at. Boom. But yeah, so I try not to do too many sketches in my book without taking it to the next level, because then next thing you know, you just have like a daunting amount of work that you don't have to do. But for me, it feels like a daunting amount of work of stuff I have to do. I'm like, because I have all this unfinished art that I need to do something with, and and I feel like I need to do it or something, even though the only one that's putting pressure on me to do any of it is myself, because we just do that to ourselves. So. But yeah, I kind of like it where you can kind of like, show their body inside of like their outfit too. It's always good to kind of obviously make your shoulders line up with your with the body, so that it makes sense. A lot of times, it's just kind of like the attention to detail with that. And I've been doing a lot of like dot eyes, but I used to always do kind of eyes like this, where it'd be a much bigger eye. There's a great movie called Big Eyes, if you've never seen it before. It's about a really famous, awesome pop artist that I'm sorry I do not remember the name of. But she's amazing. It's a great book, but you know, it's kind of, you know, I always kind of like the big eyes and some of this look, and it's not a bite on her style. It's just I just tend to kind of go towards doing some of the eyes and different stuff like that. But yeah, so this is kind of like, you know, my character, just kind of that I'll be working on. Go back through, really tune it up. Once you start to really add some life to it, it you know, really makes a huge difference to the overall look, obviously, you know. But it's just I really like a lot of the simplistic stuff, but I also realize that, you know, I'm getting a lot more out of my craft when I'm kind of just plugging away. All right, man, enjoy.